Good morning, it's Maxine Hargreaves from Making Money Fun. And this morning I'd love to talk about getting value from your money. So the first thing is, with your money, where are you now? So it doesn't matter who you are or where you live or how old you are. In every moment, we all have a limited amount of time and money. We all have 24 hours a day. No one gets any more than that. And in the moment, there is a limit of the cash available to us in our lives. And that might be, you might have £10, you might have 10,000, you might have 10 million. But in the moment, we all have a limited amount of cash, resource and time available to us. And we really want to make sure that we're getting the value from the money that we have in our life. So before we start looking at some little tips, things you may know already that maybe are just reminding you of, maybe some things that are new to you. But before you even start, you need to look at where you are now. So do you know where you're spending your money at the moment? Do you monitor your transactions? Do you have a monthly report where you look at how much of your money has gone on certain items? How much do you pay for your mortgage? How much do you pay for your rent? How much do you pay for your food? Do you have that data available? Or do you just buy the things that you need and don't really worry about it and hide the bank statements when they arrive? So I would suggest that the first thing that you need to know is to be aware of where you are now, and with no judgment, just where's your money going at the moment? And when you have that data available, it's thinking, well, am I spending in alignment with what's important to me? So if, for example, it's really important for you that you take care of your health and your fitness, when you look at where your money's going every month, how much of your money is going on that area of your life? Do you have a gym membership? Are you eating healthy food? Or when you look at your spending habits, is there quite a lot of junk food that you're buying, takeaways, things like that? So the first step is really getting clear on where's my money going, and then how does that compare with what I say is important to me? If I say that spending time with my family is really important, am I spending time with my family? Am I spending my money having experiences with my family? So what about you? Do you know where your money goes? And is it going on the things that you say are important to you? So assuming that you've got your figures, you know where your money's going, and it is in alignment with the things that are important. Well, I've got a few little tips, and maybe some of these you know already. Maybe these are just a reminder of things you already know. But one of the things that we can use to determine, to make sure that we're getting value from our money, is price per serving or price per wear. So, for example, I've been following an eating plan. I think I'm on week 10 at the moment of an eating plan. And it's quite specific in the foods that I can eat. And I've been having quite a lot of fun eating different fruits and vegetables and different food that I wouldn't normally eat. And I haven't, frankly, been watching how much I'm really spending, because I'm just having fun at the moment, exploring all these different foods. But just an example, I was just looking at my till receipt. So, for example, I've been eating papaya, and I've been having a really lovely papaya yogurt smoothie in the morning. So a papaya, I happen to shop in Waitrose. I quite like their food. And food is very important to me. Having good quality organic food is a priority for me. So I do know that I spend a lot of money on my food, and I know I could save money if I shopped at Lidl or Aldi or somewhere else. But for me, I choose to shop in Waitrose. So a papaya, one papaya that I bought was £2.50 for one papaya, and that's going to give me 2 portions of fruit for my smoothie. So each smoothie is going to cost £1.25 for the papaya. Now, I couldn't find the receipt for apples, but I'm just assuming, I think probably £2.50 at Waitrose would probably buy me 4 apples, which would give me 4 portions of fruit. So apples are half the price of papaya. So I'm thinking maybe I need to be having more apples and less papaya. Now, it depends on what's important to me. Is it important for me that I have a more expensive fruit? Or am I trying to reduce my spending? And if I'm trying to reduce my spending, then maybe I'll be eating more apples. Price per wear is something that can be really important. For example, with clothes, that's the one area where that seems really relevant. So you can shop in, some of the cheaper stores and buy yourself some cheaper clothes. But I must admit, I do tend to operate on the assumption that if I pay more for something, it's probably going to be better quality and it's going to last longer. So if you happen to buy things that are quite cheap, and so let's say you buy a t-shirt for £5 and you wear it a couple of times, 2 times, and it falls apart, then the cost per wear, 5 divided by 2 times, let's say, so it's £2.50 price for each time you wear it. But let's assume that you buy something maybe that's better quality, or maybe you like a particular brand, and who of us don't like our brands, but you choose, let's say you choose to spend, I don't know, £20 on a t-shirt, and you really love this t-shirt. It's so much more exciting, and it's nicer quality, and it's nicer fabric, and it's nicer colours, and it's £20. So obviously it's 4 times more expensive than a cheaper t-shirt. But you love it so much that you wear it, maybe not every day, but maybe you wear it a couple of times each week, and it lasts for a whole year. Well, that way, that t-shirt might have cost you £20, but you've worn it 100 times in the year. So £20 divided by 100, it's costing you 20p each time you wear it. So sometimes it can be worth paying more for something because the experience or the value we're going to get from it each time we use it is actually cheaper, and it's more fun. And life, for me, life has got to be fun. So yeah, would you rather buy a cheap t-shirt that just doesn't really grab you, or would you rather save up and buy something that you really love to wear? And when you're wearing clothes and hair and makeup, those types of things, when you spend maybe a little bit more money, when you buy the things that you really love, it just makes you feel fabulous. But if you're just wearing something that's just not really grabbing you, and you just bought it because it was cheap, it can change how you feel. So anyway, price per wear or serving can be a really great way of looking at how much value you're getting from your spending. So the next idea that I've got, which you may be familiar with, is when you want to buy something, taking the amount of money that is going to cost you and dividing it by your hourly rate of pay. Now, if you're an employee, you can work out how much you get paid per hour. As an entrepreneur, you might have an hourly rate that you use as a guideline. So this is something that one of my daughters uses quite a lot. So there might be something that she really wants to buy, and then when she looks at her hourly rate as a waitress, £6 an hour, for example, and when she works out that maybe this thing that she thinks she wants is actually means she's got to work 10 hours to buy it, it really makes you think, well, yes, I like it, but do I really want to work 10 hours to buy this thing? And the answer is going to vary depending on your circumstances. And sometimes you'll think, well, actually, yes, I really want this thing so much. I want this experience. I want this item. It's going to really light up my life, light up my day to have this thing. So yes, I am prepared to work that number of hours to buy it. But sometimes you might think, hell no, hell no, there's no way I'm going to work 10 hours just to have this thing. You know, I can work, I can certainly buy. Oh, hi, Belinda. Thank you. Thank you. Lovely to see you, sweetheart. So how many hours do you need to work to buy this thing that you think you want? And are you prepared to pay that? And sometimes the answer is going to be yes, and sometimes the answer is going to be no. So hours of work needed is another great way of getting value from your money. So the next thing is, what do you need from this thing that you want to spend your money on? Sometimes we're looking for speed. We're very limited with our time, and therefore we take some action to get us to a goal quicker. So we might be looking for speed. We might be looking for a certain quality. So again, going back to the clothing, you may not want to buy something that's been made from a cheap fabric, or you might not want to buy food that might be heavily processed. You might want something that's more fresh and more organic. So you're looking for better quality. You might be looking for a certain experience. So an example of this is, so let's look at speed first of all. Speed and time, and also it's who you are. So for example, I love learning. Anyone who knows me knows that the first thing I tend to say to people is, oh, I've just bought a book or I've just bought a course, because I just love learning. I want to know everything. So if you've got a lot of time and you haven't got so much money and there's something you want to learn, and you know that you're really quite proactive, that you do take action, sometimes you can meet that need to learn by just buying a book. £5, £10, you could buy the book, and you could spend, 10 hours reading the book. And then if you're the kind of person that takes action, you understand things, you take action, then that £5, £10 book is going to give you everything that you need. And it hasn't cost you very much. Sometimes though, we need a little bit more help. So instead of buying the book, or we might start with the book and we want to go deeper. So for example, I've just read or listened to a great book, which I can't talk highly enough about, called Profit First by Mike Michalowicz, which is all about, for business owners, making sure that you get a profit in your business. So I started with the audio book, my Audible subscription. I just used one of the credits and bought the book, listened to the book. Then I bought the hardback book because I thought it was so brilliant. And then I wanted to go deeper. So there's a course that goes with the book, which was, I think, it was on special offer. I think I paid $80, about £70 in the end, for this book. So more expensive than the book. And I think it's 23 episodes of about half an hour. So there's a lot of content in this course, probably longer than the book. But it's giving me another perception of the content of this book. So it's really helping me to cement my understanding. So the course is brilliant. It's cost me a bit more money, and it's offering me some extra value for that course. Now, if I then got to the stage of thinking, I really want to dive even deeper into this, then I might choose to get some one-on-one coaching or something from Mike Michalowicz. So with learning, there's different ways. Certainly if we're entrepreneurs, there's lots of skills that we know that we need to acquire. And it's a very personal decision. It's a very personal decision. Certainly, how much money have you got available? How much time have you got available? And what type of person are you? So, you might just you could buy, I'm just thinking, for £1,000, you could buy at £10 a book, you could buy 100 books, and that would take you quite a while to read. But you'd have access to so much information. So for £1,000. Alternatively, for £1,000, you could sign up for a course, and that course might be a 3-month course. Or you might choose to work with a coach or a mentor and get a few hours of their time, depending on the charge out rate. So you've got lots of different options there, depending on what your constraints are. Another thing that I'll mention is, I was talking about, what do you need from your money? And sometimes it's all about the experience. So I'm a single mum with three teenagers. I'm a widow, so I've been on my own now for 9 years. And my children are getting older, so I am getting more freedom now to have time on my own, to get away. So for me, when I go to events or conferences, I really want to turn that work experience into a fun mini holiday for me. So I'm actually going away next week. I'm going to an event with Cat Diva on Wednesday. So I've booked myself into the hotel where the conference is being held, where the event is being held the night before, and I'm going to make a mini holiday of it. And I love the whole thing, being in a nice environment, the toiletries you get in the bathrooms, and eating in a nice restaurant. And then the next morning I'm going to wake up feeling quite refreshed because I've travelled the day before. So I'm willing to pay money to book myself a night's accommodation in a nice hotel, because I love that experience. And I've chosen to prioritise money to that expense. However, it might be that for you, maybe you're going to an event and you don't need that experience. Maybe you get lots of holidays already, and so for a work event, you just want to maybe arrive. You want to just travel down the next morning on the day of the event, and you're just going to get there as quickly as possible, go to the event, and come home again. So your need is different. The experience you're looking for is different from the experience that I'm looking for. So that will affect how you choose to spend your money. So when you're looking to spend some money on something, what you need to think about is, what options do you have? So is there a cheaper option? Is there an option that you'd really love? Is there an option that's kind of okay? And really just have a think about what your options are, what the costs are. And then at the end of the day, there is no right answer. This option here, that's not always the right answer. You have to think about what's right for you. So what needs do you have? Which of these options is best going to serve your needs? And you will clearly need to take into account, well, how much money do I actually have? How much time do I have? Is there something, do I need to get a result quickly? Am I looking for good quality? Am I looking for an experience? So take all of those things into consideration and then decide what feels right for you. In this moment, is it more important that I go for the cheapest option because money's limited and I need to just get something that gives me what I need at a very cheap cost? Or is it that you're able to make another decision that says, well, actually, I want to prioritize this and I'm prepared to allocate more money to this item? So I think that's it for today. I hope you've got something useful from my discussion about getting value from your money. I'd love your likes. I'd love your comments. I'd love to know, you know, what do you do? How do you know whether you're getting value from your money? And is there anything I've shared today that in particular that has been an aha moment for you? Something that you think you might do differently, or something you already do, or something that you're used to do and you might start doing again. So I'd love your comments, and if you've got value from this video, then please share with your friends, and I look forward to sharing more with you next week. So bye for now.